Now, I don't know if I ever made a full video on this before, but I'm gonna make a video on this and about the topic of Dream Makeover's house and the Extreme Dream Makeover's home and whoever built my mother a house, whatever these situations are. If I can make this any more clearer, I would, but hopefully this is enough information to make this clear enough for Michaela or whoever, anyone that buys anything for my mother, house, car, I have no anger and jealousy when it comes to that. That is someone else's money. Someone else spent their money and bought something free. I saw Dwayne Johnson give $50,000 for free to a family that lost their daughter of cancer. I've seen him give a black guy in the UFC who's real famous a brand new house with keys. There are people, I've seen Dwayne Johnson give free trucks away that were like $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 to many different people. I'm sure there's hundreds of people that give away a lot of money. There's a lot of people out there that give houses away, give free $50,000 cars away, they give, free money, a couple thousand, 10,000. I have no business, and I'm not angry with any of that to say that my mother's life is getting better. My mother, my biological mother, I don't know who the fuck this twin is. But when they're using that money and then using my mother and her twins and her bag of rocks for brains to steal my father's property, money, and my father's dead, and my own biological sister's dead, and I can't benefit my life in any way to better it, then I have a problem with it. That is why I'm angry. That is why I'm speaking uncharted any defense of this dead little girl that Ken Cooper claims is his angel. That's his sweet little angel daughter and spirit guiding for Sarah Cooper and Ken Cooper, Kenneth at the radio station. I don't care about, whatever money. They bought my mother 5 more houses, several cars, and give her vacation packages to travel the world for free. I'm not angry or bitter about any of that. But when they're using that money to then take my dad's money and house and all the things that had happened and wait and burn that off with their infantry they're using, then I have every right to speak on behalf of my father who died. Michael Palomo, who was at the World Trade Center, worked several blocks away from the World Trade Center, who does wedding royalty. He knew about the twins, and I think he could have framed me as well. I don't know who Michael is. I've only met Michael Palomo twice, 2 or 3 times in my entire life. To me, in my knowledge, you won't really consider him a brother at all, because, we were just raised by the same father. I don't know anything about this person. He's never wanted to have contact with me, or really, Frankie, that I'm aware of, or Jillian. Just whatever, they don't care. So I say this because why do I have to watch my mother get raped and crying about being anally raped when she's going over there to get some money because she has a prostitute to have a few dollars, so then her daughter dies and then starts getting hit in front of her? Whether transgender that's taking care of this girl begins hitting her in front of my mother and begins telling her, "You want me to go send another guy to give you a good fucking?" And I was there. I had to watch my father commit suicide. It's his fault. But I go to a nursing home for 7 years because my mother drives me there. And I didn't have to go there, even though she recommends me going and visiting. And I don't get any fucking money or house or not one information that twins, my mother, they just take all that fucking money and they're making sure that Kenneth come and retaliate me against the police officers while his faggots then threaten me saying he was something else. No, I know exactly 100% what happened and what went on. And they're covering it up and they're lying. I have to pay for that. That money, my father's dead. That little girl's dead. But I should have been able to be around. Frankie got raped by 10 homosexual men. While Sarah Cooper was telling me to my face, and there's the cameras are there, in front of Frankie, in front of Julian. You got fucked in your ass. I mean, Frankie's fucking being sold for sex by my mother. She protects him and helps him when she can, but she is so defenseless. For fucking 10 years, he's being fucked. And it happens to me. My mother's being raped. Look, and guy just did it again. He makes me feel the emotions toward the crucifix, because when I see Frankie in a fucking wheelchair and he's retarded, he doesn't know what his fucking name is, or he's fucking all fucked up. This guy downstairs is the one who makes me, he's going to put the emotions when I feel like crying. You see it was emotions for that fucking crucifix because of this piece of shit downstairs. When I actually come in contact with my mother, like I only did once at that restaurant, and she was crying because she could see all these predators. Yeah, you feel emotion for that now. You see how the crucifix, you blend the emotions with the crucifix and your mother and Frankie being fucked in his ass because Ken Cooper knew about it, Sarah Cooper, and they were helping Kenneth. Kenneth was the one that was the leader of this fucking crew of what he was doing and retaliating. This is his faggots that are downstairs right now doing this to me. This is no joking matter. But they let Miguel stay in a 3-bedroom fucking house for fucking nearly 20 fucking years. With 2 dogs, 2 cars, and a kid. White picket fucking fence lifestyle. He gets to have a job. And they're all faggots. All the celebrities, all these people are feeling sorry for him. This is what these faggots are doing. This is non-stop. It's about poisoning the situation. So I wanted to make this video that this is what they're fucking doing. I can't even remember some of the things I want to even make in these videos to talk about because these motherfuckers like that. And they don't stop. When I'm sleeping next to a trash can, all these years and for so many days, they're doing the same thing to me. They're just dispatching people to come at me. It's every day, all the time. Because you can't say anything. What the fuck do you think they did to Frankie? What the fuck do you think they did to Frankie being fucked in his ass? My mom is not only wanting to report. I was on probation when I was 16 years old, left at a house, 3-bedroom house at late 16 years old. I lived there for about a year by myself. My mother didn't, and I didn't tell my probation officer. How did they get away with that? How did they get away with what was going on? Oh, look, Hector's doing drugs. I knew he was a bad person. Oh, is that what was happening? I'm living by myself and no money, no job. These other people that graduated show up to my house. All of a sudden, I'm a drug addict, crackhead. Is that what's going on? I'm being sold for sex with Kenneth Cooper's Black, which is, I think, Head Crack's sister. Oh, did my mom know about this? Did Sarah Cooper tell her about this? You don't know none of these stories. My mother is not functional. The person that she is, she can't identify anymore. And it's these motherfuckers that are doing it in teams. They're making sure that they're comfortable. Those faggots and those whites, they're comfortable. They're making sure they stay comfortable. They stay comfortable. Nobody's coming and punching them. Nobody's coming spitting at them. They may watch these videos and feel harassed. Oh my God, public, you're not having. I can't even sit down at a fucking restaurant and eat a fucking meal without them doing something to my food. I order tea. They'll put half water in there and they'll put half fucking tea in there. I order fucking salsa. They'll put like fucking 48 grams of fucking salt in the fucking salsa. I go to the table, there's no napkins. And it's intentionally. I order the fucking food and they'll do something to the food. Or they'll make the food as disgusting as they possibly can. I'll order elote, which is a Mexican cornmeal. They put it on like fucking on a fucking ice cream and make it half-assed fucking disgusting. And you can tell the way that the people that are making it are being told to do it and serve me this garbage shit. When I go to Las Vegas, when I went to Las Vegas and I'm eating at a restaurant, the food was sitting on a counter. I swear to God, this is on Mother's Day. It was like on Mother's Day. Yeah, it was on her birthday or Mother's Day. and their food was sitting on a fucking counter for like, tasted like it had been sitting on the counter, or they pulled the food out of the trash can, like the food that they throw away at a restaurant that nobody eats, or was sitting at a table where they didn't finish their food, set it on the counter and then served it to me. And the guy starts threatening me, acting hostile, that he's serving me royalty food, and it's this white supremacist that looks like Kenneth Cooper. Remember, everyone they put around me to do these things are intentionally to look exactly, to closest to behave, talk, walk, and behave like Kenneth Cooper, Sarah Cooper, Kenneth, or Madison. And they start persecuting that they're heroes. That's all they're doing. They know they already have their faggots and their celebrities all gooned up. They don't give a fuck about life. That's why so many people are in prison. They just die there and rot. Your life is worthless. This is use you for resources and ditch you in a fucking coffin. So I need to make this video. As you can see, I'm passing gas, and it's a compressor that they use that squeezes pockets of air out of your body, and they do it by force.